Forza Horizon 5 is the newest entry in the open-world racer Forza Horizon series, and the 12th entry in the Forza series as a whole. Ever since the first Forza Horizon, Playground Games has built up the premier racing series by perfecting their formula with every entry. It seemed Playground had peaked with Forza Horizon 4, as it was on a whole nother level when it came to racing games and just video games in general. Surely Forza Horizon 5 can't beat 4, right? Well, let's find out. First, let's cover the most important thing in a racing game, the racing. There are 5 types of races that you can participate in. There's the traditional road racing, messy dirt racing, field tearing, cross-country, breakneck drag racing, and dangerous street racing. Different cars are better for different types of races. I've always liked this because you are forced to try and master different cars. You might also find some new favorites to use in free roam as well. Speaking of free roam, there is a lot to do with it as well. You can find more challenges marked on your map, which consist of danger signs, which are usually just giant ramps. Speed zones are places where you can try and go as fast as you can. Drift zones are where you rack up the most points, and a Trailblazer challenge tries to get you from point A to point B in the least amount of time possible. I'm not a huge fan of racing games, so that's why I never really clicked with Forza Motorsport, Horizon's older brother series. That being said, I love Forza Horizon's races. Despite having over 700 hours on the Forza series combined, I still can't quite hit corners right. That's why the rewind feature is a godsend. Just simply hit Y to go back in time a couple of seconds to where you messed up. The better you get, the less and less you'll need to use this feature.
I'm so sedated, face frustration. Who's to blame? They used to fade, and all the rules keep changing. What's worth saving? I can't find a way down, can't find a way down. Staying up late and dreaming my days out. What's a phase that you cannot escape? 'Cause I'm losing faith in all my days.
Every Forza Horizons map is the highlight of the game. Despite being absolutely massive in scale, they always have an unmatched level of detail. In Forza Horizon 5, you can go as far as the eye can see and then some. That huge mountain over there, you can go up it and past it. You can go all the way from one coast of Mexico to the other. Even after driving all 578 roads, I'm still surprised at what I find. The map has little hidden things, well, guess some not so little, tucked away for you to discover. You would think that there isn't much detail in the map due to its scale, but that's where you would be wrong. Playground Game has paid so much attention to detail in Forza Horizon 5 that you can see every single individual needle on a cactus. For some reason, they also modeled the interior of all the buildings, meaning if your character could, you could walk in them and look around. They didn't have to do this, but they did, and that's awesome. Cities and locations look great with just as much love and care. There is also a ton of stuff to do as well. There are now barn finds with old cars inside of them and XP boards which are now hidden in some really odd places. All 14 different biomes are great for creating variety in locations. There is the canyon, tropical coast, farmland, arid hills, jungle, rocky coast, sand desert, swamp, Guanajuato, volcano, and my favorite one, the living desert. Some world features make their return from Forza Horizon 5, like the train, and there are some new ones like underground roads. Speaking of Forza Horizon 5, there's one thing that it did better with its world. For some reason, Forza Horizon 4's world just felt so much more alive than this despite you being confined to your car. In Forza Horizon 5, it's pretty rare to see other non-players on the road, leaving the game to feel empty. Other than sandstorms and rain, there isn't really much new to the map in terms of features. Then again, they have already added all the things they've ever wanted in previous titles. A little bit more realistic, and we would have gotten destructible environments. And I don't know how well that would have gone over. Overall, Forza Horizon 5's map is a great one with lots to see and do, but it's missing some things from previous entries. Next, let's talk about the graphics. For this review, I was playing on an Xbox One S since I don't have a Series X or S. That being said, if you have a next-gen console, go watch somebody else's review. I'll put a few good ones in the description. I was seeing clips on YouTube and Twitter that I legitimately thought that they were taking from a video game, but instead real life. It's hard to say the same for the last-gen consoles though. I know that they're last-gen, and there's no way I could have ever expected it to run like this. But there's just some stuff that I have to talk about. This map is huge and not meant for last-gen consoles. There is a significant amount of pop-in when driving fast cars, and sometimes the game just completely falls apart. Textures definitely don't look as good as they did in Forza Horizon 4, with them taking forever to load. Speaking of forever to load, this game's loading times are surprisingly good, considering that this is a next-gen game. This surprised me because the load times at the start of the game are absurdly long. Every Forza has a huge intro to get you hyped up and showcase just how crazy this game can get. Unfortunately, I don't think a lot of players will stick around past this intro. Let me show you.
Might be a little bit of traffic ahead. Watch out for that.
This immediately takes you out of the experience, and there is no excuse for it to take this long. Since Forza Horizon 5 is on Game Pass, and a lot of people will jump in to try this game out, see this, exit the game, and go play something else. To anybody who's going to try this game out, just get past this part. Trust me, Forza Horizon 5 gets much better from here.
Think you're bleeding through your feet while your tongue's behind your teeth. Thumbs are spouting out philosophies. You're too afraid to speak. Know your guys, I do believe in you. Don't practice what you preach. Said you call yourself a leader while you're leeching off of me. Get off me. Get off me. Get off me. Get off me.
Whenever I look up Forza Horizon 5 on YouTube, I always get these videos of people tuning their cars with Forza Horizon 5's incredibly deep systems. I've never known what any of this means or does, and luckily I'll never have to. People can upload their own custom build, so I can just find the best one and apply it to my car, easy peasy. In Forza Horizon 1, I would just spend hours upon hours in the paint shop trying to even just get a perfect stripe. Forza Horizon 5 wasn't even out yet, but somebody was able to make 50 different anime characters. Thanks to people like them, I can apply sick designs to make the even most boring cars look cool. The designs will only get better as time goes on. If you're really into cars and customization, this game has everything for you. And if you're not, this game still has everything for you.
I'm fading and awake now, fading and awake now. Oh, breaking from the weight now, breaking from the weight now. Oh, being with my fate now, being with my fate now. If only you could see it, if only you could see it all.
If I haven't hammered home that this game has so much content, I'm about to. While yes, you are allowed to go anywhere in the beginning, there are 5 different regions to conquer. Each region is associated with a different type of racing mode. First, you have an expedition, which are these over-the-top sequences that get you to explore the area. My favorite one was the one where you have to drive around an active volcano. After you mess around there for a little bit, you drive down the mountain at breakneck speeds. Then you complete an expedition to unlock a ton more races that are associated with each region. Accolades unlock more stuff in each region, like showcases, which are races where you compete against anything from a huge monster trucks to flying jets. There's also a lot of online stuff to take part in, such as arcade events, races, games, custom builds, and a mode where you can make your own track. And there's even a battle royale mode, which is actually really fun. There's so much to do in Forza Horizon 5 that it can be overwhelming at first, but once you get the hang of things, there's no going back. Overall, Forza Horizon 5 is one of the best racing games ever made. The size and quality of this world is unmatched, and the level of content is hard to beat. Unfortunately, performance and graphical issues on last-gen consoles hold the game back. I think that it's too early to tell if Forza Horizon 5 has bested its predecessor, but I have a suspicion that in the end it will. I give Forza Horizon 5 an 8 out of 10.